Okay, Joe, right now we are doing a leadership and ministry interview. And my first question would be, you are part of a very large family, one of 11, and how has leading your family from Romania and living here, how has that impacted you in a personal way?
Well, it's impacted me in a way where you're forced to just kind of mature
Absolutely.
quicker.
Yeah.
I'm sort of in the middle of the family, and I have half my family's younger, the other half is older. So I did get the best of both worlds. However, I did have to be sort of a leader for my younger ones, and
Absolutely.
yeah,
What does that look like in a family coming over to the US? Like, what does leading younger kids, like, what did you think was most important that they learned early on?
it's really nice to see different cultures and see how different people um, interact with one another. I think Romania, where we lived, I was born in Romania, didn't, being that they were under communism for many years, it it made parents a little bit not so loving to their kids,
Hmm.
and harder. There wasn't as much affection going on, and coming to America, we saw more, and it opened our eyes to how our families could be growing up.
Absolutely. So, in your personal family, what were some changes you made that you thought would benefit your children? That what you learned from the past.
The lack of love. I
Hmm.
mean, throwing a lot more on my kids here, and well, another thing we do emphasize with our kids and making sure that they grow up is the love of the Lord as well.
Yeah.
And under communism, it was it was frowned upon, it was hidden, and people weren't open with it. And so here, being in America, we have freedom to do this and to raise our kids under the fear of the Lord and the love of the Lord is just astronomical.
Hmm. Yes.
Your average born here wouldn't understand it. But yeah, it's a huge privilege,
So far
and
you're saying
to raise my
that.
kids in that.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're saying love would be one of the biggest things that you would like to impart to your kids, that you think that's one of the most important things that as a leader, you need to show others.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. If no
Excellent.
love,
If we could change that to a church
good.
setting, do you think that also applies to the church as a leader of pastoral staff? Like, what are some things that is it the same things that apply? Like, they're leading the congregation, so they need to show love to each one individually, and not a sort of communist spread the wealth type idea. It needs to be individual and personalized.
Yes, I feel like um, the way God knows the hairs on our head. I don't have too many, but He knows the hairs.
The hairs on our faces.
Same, the hairs on our beards. But it kind of goes for our personalities and the way we are individually raised, not like our brother.
Right.
We're different. Um, each child is different and has different strengths and weaknesses, and we should, as leaders, understand them and see them, and just kind of grasp their strengths and run with it.
Wow.
And and people are human, and we do different people. It's hard to explain.
No, I hear you. If I could encourage you at all, we were just told to read a book, and you almost quoted one of the chapters from it. It emphasizes that every person can't be good at the same things, and so you need to find out who's good at what and implement their strengths so that your congregation can grow as a whole. It's not about making them good at one thing; it's about seeing what they're already good at and blessing them through it. So. Wow, it's kind of funny. It was like, you should write a book, Joe.
It's already done.
Hey, it's already done. All right, final question. So, pertaining to your business, can you tell me a little bit about that and how that has shaped you as a leader, as someone who went out through your family and you started your own way, your own career path?
Kind of rewind a little bit. Growing up in my family, like I said, I was in the middle. And being in the middle, you don't have the oldest child syndrome or the youngest. You have a little of everything. And I got to see how my older siblings would react when I would do something, or my younger siblings would react when I do something, whether it's good or bad.
Right.
So I was kind of in the middle of the mix. I understand all the personalities of my siblings, and I understand that people get hurt and what really uplifts people's spirits. And so getting into a business, I understand personal relationships with my employees and what they're going through. I do my best anyways. I try my best, but I feel like I can pretty much hit home when I ask my employee how they're doing or just what's going on. I really get in their lives.
Yeah.
And like I was saying about ministry, finding out what strengths people have and using it. That's kind of the same concept.
Absolutely.
Finding out who's good at what and who likes to do what, and kind of giving them the option as well. Because if you just have somebody do one thing all day long, every day, they might get bored. Somebody might like it. And so I don't want people to be upset or not wanting to come into work. I want it to be exciting and fun and eventful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There has to be a sense of creativity to reach out to each person. You can't treat them all like a one-size-fits-all. It's,
Right.
like you said, it's individual love. Hey, look at the time. That's
I'm good.
That's all the time we have for today, Joe. Joe, I appreciate you. I'm really thankful that you did this interview, and I pray God's blessings upon you and your family.
Thank you, Nico. He has.
All right, thanks, buddy. Talk to you later. Bye.